So I'm going to start doing some talks on crystals, and I just wanted to give you an idea of why they're so important. And I don't understand why people ignore them, especially because I work in IT and I know the power that they have. So crystals are used in watches, TVs, computers. You know, quartz crystal is a well-known battery that holds charge, and we've used it in technology for a long time. So crystals are a batch of molecules and atoms that bond in a repeating pattern, and they form over millions of years. And you've seen all those movies where they're all deep in the earth's crust, and lots of them and everything, you know. But there's years of a chemical process, and you know, during the movement of which in the earth's crust forces molten magma, liquids, gases towards the surface, where they cool, solidify and crystallize. And depending on the process and location and properties used, depends on what crystal you get. And you get some that aren't technically a crystal. So you've got Egyptian glass. I've got a little bit of this is a piece of Egyptian glass. It's really expensive, used similar to citrine for abundance, but this isn't actually a crystal, so to speak. This has come in, it's from one place in Africa. I think it's Egypt, in the desert somewhere in Africa anyway, or Libya, I can't remember. Somewhere in Africa in a desert you have this, and it is actually from a meteorite, and it's glass, so it's not quite a crystal. So some of them are a little bit not quite crystals, but in general most of them are formed in this way, and they exist in many different shapes and colors, as we all know. And there's very few legitimate studies done that we know about, and currently, where the science can agree that crystals such as quartz produce energy. But you know, if you look at Tesla, if you look at Atlantis, and you believe in these things, which I certainly do, there's a huge amount of power. So if quartz produces energy, it's known as piezoelectricity, and it was discovered in 1880 by Jacques and Pierre Curie. And they put crystals such as quartz, topaz and tourmaline under pressure to create electrical energy, and they actually did this, you know. And the science also agrees that everything is made of energy, and if you start going deep into it, then everything is also conscious. So I use this crystal in my healings, and it's got a golden tip to help channel it more, but it's absolutely perfect, pure, clear from the central of the quartz, and it's just stunning. And this has consciousness, so I can tell it what to do, and it will do my bidding, so to speak. And it's hard to summarize in just a few minutes. I've been on here 3 minutes already, but basically this is why you can program your crystals. It has consciousness. It just doesn't have human will. We have will. We can do what we want. Crystals can be instructed and told what to do and programmed with what to do. And there is a consciousness in this vibration that will then follow that out and do it. So it's absolutely fascinating how it all works. But at the end of the day, you can go roll your eyes and palm it, but they're used in technology as a power source. They've been used for centuries. Nobody's got bored of them and put them aside, and some people, like me, are very much into them. So you must remember that crystals can be incredibly important and incredibly helpful. And if you have them and you wear them, so I'm wearing a lot of amber, citrine, rainbow moonstone, and a few other ones I wear regularly because I want them with me all the time. But I also have little animals that I quite often, I have right next to my desk, and I just sit and hold them. And because I work as a project manager on big global projects, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of pressure, and these little babies all absorb all of it. And the reason I like animals is because I've got 16 cats and dogs, so I love animals. But I want these little animals to absorb the negative energy from meetings on my computer screen, and not my living earth angels like my dogs and cats. So I believe our animals, I know our animals are sponges. They absorb everything with us. A problem shared is a problem halved. Our animals more than share our stresses and our problems. So if we get sick, our animals tend to get sick because we're linked, but they're actually taking some of that sickness off us and helping us in that way. So I like to have little animals so that I can ask and program negative energy to go to these little animals and not my earth angel little animal, cats and dogs. And since I've been doing that over several years, my cats and dogs are incredibly healthy, so much healthier than normal. And I also do not absorb the stresses that work or technology or EMFs bring my way, because I've got like 3 or 4 laptops going at any given time for different reasons and for different clients, and I have to make sure that we're all protected. So if you don't believe in crystals, I just think poor you, because your life would be so much amazing and better with it. I work with a lot of guys in IT, and many of them will still have a little crystal, because we're all starting to go back to what we know in our gut, that crystals and essential oils and back to basics and knowledge that we've had for generations is being lost and pushed out because there's no money in them. There's not enough money in these. If we take a crystal and heal ourselves, there's nobody going to make any money from us consuming drugs for the next 30 years. So, just saying. But anyway, I'm going to show you a crystal each weekend, and I hope you enjoy it. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any comments or feedbacks about the crystals that I post and things like that. And I'm looking forward to it, so can't wait. Have a good one.